What's up? So I am not gonna lie, pretty drunk, and it's a Tuesday. It's the end of my weekend, so that means it's time to record one of these freaking videos. So let's get into it. All right. So the first one up I've got is Rings of Saturn with Dinger, however the fuck you say it. Uh, yeah, I got this when I saw them with Carnifex on Carnifex's headlining 2017 tour. Super happy I have it. This is actually one of the that's on blue. But this is actually one of the most expensive things I have in my collection, which is weird because I paid like 25 bucks for this. Really not that much. Yeah, this is their sophomore album from 2013. Super good shit. This is probably my favorite Rings album. Um, there's really there's some really good like just straight up like deathcore shit on here, and it's not just like sweep chug sweep chug like it is on Jidim or Lugo Cayenne, but it's still super good stuff. Galactic Cleansing, Faces Imploding, Peeling Arteries, Hyperforms are all really good songs on here. Again, it's not the best thing that Lucas Mann has ever done, or Aaron Stechauner, or Miles Dimitri, or Ian Bearer. Not the best thing that they've ever done, but still really good stuff. But yeah, if you don't know it for some reason and you're into deathcore, you really need to remedy that like really quick. This is probably the best Rings of Saturn album, despite all the hype that's been going around them as of 2019. But check it out. It's Rings of Saturn with Dingier. Cayenne. This is probably my least favorite of the Rings of Saturn albums that I own. There's the inside. It's also the complete artwork for the flag over there. Probably my least favorite of the Rings of Saturn shit that I own, although there is a cover of No Pity for a Coward on here, which I do actually like more than the Suicide Silence version, which is saying something, because the OG Suicide Silence version is good, obviously. I haven't actually like read the lyrics on here, as I don't do for a lot of the music that I actually have. But with that being said, here is a lyric sheet, and then this is also on like Splatter, or yeah, I guess Splatter would be the best way to describe it. Side, there is side. Oh, cool! It doesn't actually say it. Be a good clip to insert in. I'm assuming this is side A since it has the logo on there, and then side B. It has been about 2 weeks since I've listened to this, so I can't quite remember. Although I do try to keep side A's on towards the inside of the jacket, especially if it's single sleeve. But yeah, it's again definitely not the best thing that they've ever put out. That would probably go towards Embryonic Anomaly, but it doesn't mean that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. Although I will say I much prefer Dinger over this album by like a long shot. Dinger just honestly has more memorable songs on it. This is kind of more along the lines of what they've done in 2019, where it's just with Jidim. But it's more along those lines where it's just sweep, chug, and I'm just not really a big fan of that. If I wanted to listen to tech death, then I would listen to tech death. I would listen to Origin. I would listen to Blood Incantation. If I wanted to listen to tech deathcore, I would listen to Aversion's Crown or some shit like that. But still worth checking out. Senseless Massacre, La Suzul, Fractal Intake, and Godless Times are all actually pretty good on here. The only thing I don't recommend is The Heavens Have Fallen, because that is a instrumental, and you guys know how I feel about deathcore instrumentals. Also put out in 2014. But yeah, good shit. Lugo Cayenne, Rings of Saturn. Go check it out. Like half the album, I'd recommend. Next up, I've got Rings of Saturn with Ulta Ula, and don't worry, this is the last Rings of Saturn album that I own at vinyl. I don't own Jidim on vinyl because I have learned my lesson with pre-ordering from bands, and quite frankly, Jidim, I'm glad I didn't pre-order because it's, to quote somebody I saw on a Facebook group I'm a part of, it's the big goodn't. I'm not a fan of it because it's just all, like I said, it is just sweep, chug, sweep, chug, sweep, chug, rinse and repeat. But yeah, this is actually pretty good shit. It leans a lot more into the video gamey soundtrack side of things with like the fucking production, and then there's the full artwork, which if you may allow me to go on a small tangent about it. I like this artwork. I think it's pretty cool, but I do not like the Jidim artwork because it literally looks like somebody copied and pasted a lot of the same image across the whole front of it. I understand the back of it is like supposed to be like a callback to like Ulta Ula, Lugo Cayenne, Dinger, and all that, but the whole front of it just looks like somebody got lazy and copied and pasted a lot of the same image, which pisses me off immensely. But anyway, yeah, that is the full artwork. There is the thanks sheet with Aaron, Miles, Lucas, and Ian, and then the lyric sheet. And then this also comes on a kind of nice green and like lime green, light green splatter vinyl. Super cool looking. I'd probably say that the Lugo Cayenne is my favorite of the colors that I own, but I also had that's another thing. You might be asking yourself, Austin, why the fuck did you order this? I thought you were on a hiatus, or not a hiatus, a boycott of any merch by the time this came out. I was. I had my roommate, or my current roommate, order it, and yeah, just paid him back for it. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, you gave them your money anyway because you ordered 2 different versions. Yeah, I know, but I still wanted this. But I refuse to give them any of my own money directly because fuck indie merch. Next up, we've got Slaughterlord with Thrash Till Death. What years was this? 86 to 87 demos. This is really, really good. This was put out in 98. If you're wondering if that Utula, if for some reason you don't know, was put out in 2017. Yeah, 2017. This stuff is really, really good, and I actually wouldn't know about Slaughterlord's existence as a band if it wasn't for our Lord and Savior Craig Legace here on YouTube. You should go check him out, even though he hasn't actually made a vinyl collection video in a while. Still, his content's really worth watching. His titles alone will make the video worth watching. But yeah, there's the back of the jacket itself, and you've also got a very gorgeous ass black and white swirl merge vinyl. That's side 1. That is side 2, if you were concerned. This is, again, another one of the more expensive ones in my entire collection, which is unsurprising, really. But then you've got not the lyric sheet, but the insert, and you've got just thanks and all that, and then general description of the band. The first Australian hardcore death metal band. Really? But yeah, this is really, really good thrash metal, if not kind of leaning more towards blackened thrash more than anything. Super good shit. I'm really, really happy to own this wholeheartedly. I understand it was a part of a giveaway that Craig had done on his channel, but I still will never be able to thank him enough and the system that he used enough for being able to bestow upon me this super good shit. Black and Thrash. Highly recommend you go check it out. That is Slaughterlord with Thrash Till Death, 86 to 87. Next up, we've got more deathcore. I'm sorry if you don't like deathcore. This really just ain't the video for you there, Chief. But this is Slaughter to Prevail with Chapters of Misery, not Misery Sermons. Or no, wait. Misery Sermon. My mistake. Chapters of Misery was the EP that they put out the year prior. But yeah, this is really, really good fucking deathcore. I haven't listened to this in a little bit before this video came around, but damn, dude, this isn't like deathcore that's trying to impress or creep you out. This is just deathcore that's out to fucking have your head, and nothing more, nothing less. Super, super good stuff. This comes with the insert sheet with a Slaughter to Prevail lyric sheet. And then this is also in the, I think it was called a Killing Ground, or Killing Floor vinyl. Just semi-translucent, ever so slightly with the red splatter. Cool shit. But yeah, like I said, this stuff is literally just out to kill. It doesn't want anything but that. It's super aggressive, super violent. It's awesome. King, Failed Hope, Born to Die, Malice of Rights. I'll highly recommend you go check that out. Failed Hope or Born to Die are probably my two favorite ones off this album. King especially is especially just like brutal and violent, and I'm not necessarily all for music that's just all that, but this is music that makes its intentions known, much like the new Watain album. But go check this out. I highly recommend it. This is Slaughter to Prevail with Misery Sermon. And then next up, I apologize in advance for this video. I understand a lot of this is probably shit that you guys do not want to see, knowing my audience, but this is just the part of the section that we're at. We've only got 2 more parts out of there after this, then I get into my box sets, DVDs, CDs, all that good jazz. But this is Slipknot with All Hope Is Gone. I'm in agreement with Kevin, my dear, lovely boyfriend, on this. I think this is simultaneously their worst yet most underappreciated album, and you've also got the Spot Gloss. I think that's Spot Gloss. I could be wrong, but we've got the Spot Gloss cover on both sides. But yeah, this is their most hated but their most underappreciated album in my opinion. There's some really, really good songs on here, like Gematria, Sulfur, Psychosocial. Everybody's heard Psychosocial. Dead Memories, Gehenna, Wherein Lies Continue, Snuff, and All Hope Is Gone. All super, super good stuff as far as Slipknot goes. If you're not into them, don't really recommend checking them out. This is kind of their worst album, so yeah. But this is just on black vinyl. Nothing really show off on the center label, so I'm not going to bother. But these are the inner sheets. That's upside down. But yeah, those are the inner sheets. And that is pretty much all there is to show off of this thing. There's, like I said, really not too terribly much. But again, if you are like me, and after, the Grey Chapter and all that came out, and you're just kind of like, oh yeah, fuck, All Hope Is Gone, that album isn't worth shit, I say go listen to it again, as Slipknot's still like my favorite band, or like competing for favorite band with Carnifex, obviously. But I recommend that you guys go listen to it if you haven't listened to it in a while just because of your impressions of when it first came out in '08 or just in general. It's a lot better than I remembered, that's for damn sure. I used to think it was too long, but now, you know, if you can get yourself through slower tracks like This Cold Black and Butcher's Hook and Vendetta and shit like that, good shit. I recommend going and listen to it. That is Slipknot with All Hope Is Gone. Next up, we've got the last album in this list for this video. This is something that Sean put out through his label. This is Sorcier de Glace with Snowland. It's been a while since I've read Roman numerals. 1998, if I'm not mistaken, and 2017. This is the remaster version that he put out through Celestial Oak Productions. If you guys haven't, and you're subscribed to me but not Sean Count Blaggerth for some godforsaken reason, go show this man some love. He put all the effort in the world into putting this out, and on top of that, the remasters, even on my crappy little turntable, sound awesome. Yeah, this is Snowland. Sorcery de Glace, if I'm not mistaken, their second album. I could be wrong on there. I don't know too terribly much about Sorcery de Glace. I just know that they're some pretty kick-ass Quebec black metal. Got lyrics on the inside. That interspread with all the forest right there. And then what the hell does that say? Invocations and all that. So yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then their Bandcamp, and then Contact. So yeah, super good shit. And again, even the remasters, even on my crappy little turntable, sound awesome. So that should be saying something. You guys really need to go check that out. I love this to death. Also comes with this goofy ass poster that I will most definitely be hanging up when I have, you know, an apartment to me and, you know, my girlfriend. But look at that. Look at that look in his eyes. He takes this way too damn seriously, and it's fucking awesome. Cold, primitive, black metal, and that's exactly what I think of when I hear this, no matter what it's mastered at, whether it be the 1998 version or the 2017 version. Yeah, comes on this amazing, somewhat clear but white and black and gray splatter. There's sides A and B, and that is also, for the record, that is also, if you couldn't tell, the 1998 version. I'm just going to continue calling it 1998. Yeah, there's that. Then there's the 2017 version with all the snows and trees. And if you weren't aware, it also comes with this big-ass flag. If there are still, in fact, diehard editions available, then you've also got this patch. And you've also got a sticker that comes with it, but currently I'm way too intoxicated to even bother looking for it. I'm sorry if I'm not doing it justice, but you guys, on God, need to go pick this up. It is worth every penny you'll spend on it. It is worth it for supporting my homie Sean. He worked really hard on this. He went through a lot of trials and tribulation to even get this thing out in the first place. But all that aside, pick it up. It's super, super good black metal. This is Sorcerer de Glace with Snowland. Alright, and that's all I got to show for this video, you guys. I appreciate you guys watching as usual. I will be back relatively soon with another video and with more shit to show off. Thanks again for watching. Again, I appreciate it. This is really just a hobby for me, but however many of you guys are watching, it means the world to me. Especially with how much, not to sound like I'm digging for like compliments or viewers or anything, but with the amount of effort that I put into editing these videos, the amount of people that I have watching means all the world to me. So thank you and deuces.
Then I'll flip you around and lay you down and rub my gank up on your schmears, all over your schmears. Your liver will start to quiver when I grab your stinky new putts by the